Hey everybody, welcome back to Level 1 Pre-Production. This is going to be Lesson 3, and today we are going to be focusing on key signatures. So let's jump right back on in. Okay, so the questions that are going to be answered in this lesson are, what are key signatures? What are sharps and flats? And what does enharmonics equivalence mean? And I'll let you know right now, it's actually really easy to understand. Okay, so what's the definition of a key signature? Well, our Noisemakers definition is going to be a set or a package of notes that work well together. ... Those are scales. It's the same definition. So we actually already know what key signatures are. We just haven't thought of them this way yet. Let's take a look at examples. So a little review from lesson 2. We've got our major scale pattern, which is going to be whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. We've got our C major scale, which is just C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We have a D major scale, because remember, the pattern never changes. And that's going to be D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. And then we've got our scale degrees underneath there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So the question now becomes, what are sharps and flats? So first, we're going to talk about what naturals are. Naturals are just the white keys. And sharps are going to be a half step up, and flats are going to be a half step down. And this is the symbol for sharp, and this is the symbol for flat. Here's a visual representation of this from C going to C sharp. If we look, we've got C, and then we hit that black note right there. Okay? And then we have D going to D flat. Now I know what you may be thinking. What is the difference between C sharp and D flat? Technically, nothing. It's all about context. Okay, so let's explain that. And this is where the enharmonic equivalence comes in. It's two different note names that sound the same. So for instance, we have a C sharp and we have a D flat, but they technically sound the same. So let's look at this. There's a C. If I go to a C sharp, okay? If I go to a D, and then go to a D flat, another way to think about that is we are going from a half step up, making it sharp, and then we're actually doing a half step down, making it flat. And now we actually have a James Bond theme song, apparently. Okay, so the train of thought to follow on this is, if a single note can have multiple names or enharmonic equivalents, what determines the name? And the answer to this is the key or the key signature. This should feel pretty comforting because that means you already know how to find key signatures, and you already know a key signature or two, C major and D major. Okay, so some questions to think on. How many key signatures are there? How to find them? Or a better way to think of it, how to find them quickly, because who's got time for that? And that wraps up lesson 3. We're moving right into lesson 4. Let's do it.